So we had a pretty good video there about the illegal immigration, and the question was raised, or the statement was raised by a user, 12 Gauge Los Angeles. Politely putting it, accusing us of being racist. I can assure you that is extremely far from the case. Growing up in Florida, I don't know if you've ever visited Florida, it's very similar to California in that there are many races, many creeds. There are people from all over that happen to be in Florida. I attended the University of South Florida for a short time, and there were a couple people from Haiti there. My wife was at the University of Florida. Her roommate was literally from China. And you being in the service, I really do suspect, based on some of your tattoos, you know how it is in the service. There's people from all around. And you got to work together, and you fight side by side, and you train together, and you go through the same experiences. It isn't a matter of race so much as a matter of perceived border security. Now, I do understand your point about the illegal immigration being a mask for racism, and I do believe, unfortunately, that is the case in many cases. But where we're coming from is not from a position of hate so much as a position of national security. If a normal Mexican citizen can cross the border and make it that far into America, then anyone can. Now, I do see your point in that, you know, there's not the average person that comes across the border is merely looking for a job. I dig that, dude, and that's cool. And I understand that. And my heart really does go out to them from a humanitarian aspect. However, the reason for green cards and the reason for visas is the point of coming to America for a job in the first place is that the jobs are here. And the reason why the jobs are here is because there's somewhat of an organization in how those jobs are dispersed and what the companies are allowed to do and who they're allowed to hire and so on and so forth. I don't know very much about that particular subject, but I do know there's a reason for green cards and visas. Furthermore, with regard to jobs, I blame American companies even more so than I blame people who cross the borders. When an American company, even in flag-waving Arizona, gets busted for having 330 people who had no business in this country to begin with, you know, shame on them, not on the people that are trying to make a living for their family. I dig that, and I have no problem at all with somebody trying to make their way, but there is a correct way to do it, and there's a wrong way to do it. And what we're seeing lately is the wrong way, and something has to change. And our politicians tried so hard with the NAFTA thing, the North American Free Trade Agreement, where jobs were able to be wholesale exported to the South and wholesale exported to the North. So, yeah, right, great. So we move American factories into Mexico. People still have to go down there and work for nothing, basically, compared to an American worker. And then there still isn't enough jobs, and only the elite become wealthier. And I understand that, and it's as much of a problem. And you know, we're not gonna solve it with these discussions. The only thing that we can really hope to do with these discussions is to come to a greater understanding of the whole. And you know, I hope that serves to clarify a little bit with what we said in the last video. And thank you very much for your time.